to know your position on this.
What is your problem?
Strongly enough, they have to swap.
I can't deal with this anymore.
Can you imagine that?
Call your dad,
She's
bro.
actually
Just
defending the
tip
guy who
$1.
slaughtered me.
Call your
She's like,
dad.
well,
Amouranth. Call your dad. Amouranth.
You mean I
Call your dad.
catalyzed?
Amouranth.
You're saying I catalyzed?
Hello?
I
If you
catalyzed?
hate me, just kill me, please. It would be so much
Hello?
easier.
Random just
I
tip
can't
$1.
deal with this
Man,
anymore.
shut you are. You're crazy.
Deal with this.
Why are you
saying
moving so fast?
I catalyzed someone.
You're dangerous for society.
What is going on here? What in the husband-wife drama did I walk into? Sometimes I feel like I walked into the wrong room. For those of you that don't know, that red-headed woman who was in De-Stress was Amouranth, who is a longtime streamer, you know, very successful, who's had an eventful career, who's gone from cosplaying space to the OnlyFans space to YouTube to Twitch, you know, pushing the envelope of TOS. She was one of the original gooners. Like, there's a reason why she came from the OS sphere into Twitch, and if you didn't think that that was going to translate, you're sadly mistaken. But even though she has a history and a past of, you know, partial nudity, TOS pushing, hot tub streaming, and all of those things, that does not mean that anybody could have predicted this future in which she would have a crazy history of events. Like, I don't know, having her house burglarized in recent times. Yeah, I don't know how much of this we can show. This is crazy.
Go now, hurry up. Hurry. Go, keep going, hurry. It's not in the pool. Stop playing. No, it's across the lake. Stop playing. It's across the lake. Go.
Did she just not have like the world's dirtiest house? That was crazy as hell. Now, the reason why she got out of that situation is because of her husband. He opened some fire and he literally saved her life in that situation, a real life or death situation. Her husband had to step up, fire some shots, and get her up out of there.
Hello.
What's up, Amouranth's husband? Nice to meet you.
Hi, how's it going?
You're a real warrior. You're a good husband, man. You know, you were brave that night. Good.
You know, everyone says that, but really, I credit her with saving both of our lives because, look, put myself in her shoes. I don't know if I'd be clear thinking enough to stay calm and to, you know, formulate a plan and to basically lead them to where, you know, someone might have a firearm or who can help, right? Because, like, you know, a lot of people make a big thing about how, oh, well, you know, she doesn't have scars or whatever. It's like, you know, they were pistol whipping her, and so she called me when it happened, and we can go into the story in a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I was actually on the phone with her when they shot the door twice and then kicked it in.
Now, based off of his actions during that time, you would think that Amouranth's husband is a stand-up gentleman. I mean, even in a situation where it has been portrayed that he saved her life, he gave her a lot of the credit. Like, this seems to be one of the most stand-up people in the world. But in recent events, Amouranth's husband has been exposed by Amouranth herself as being basically a snake, backdooring, and literally we get to see behind the 4th, 5th, and 6th walls in the conversation of big streamer finance and what that really means.
We have a kick contract, and we still do OnlyFans. She does, right? The amount of money we make with both, with the exception of the last 2 months, has always been less than what OnlyFans alone used to make in 22 and 23. 2022 and 2023 and 2021. Back then, OnlyFans often hit a monthly of $2 million.
Oh, God.
Currently, last month we did over 2, but this month and every other month under the Kick contract, Kick plus OnlyFans did about 1.2 to 1.3. Sometimes 1.5. Actually, kind of frequently 1.5. But you get what I'm saying? So if you look at it, we made more money in 22 and 23 per month than we did any of the months in the last 2 years.
I have some questions, but it's probably going to come off wrong because this is her husband. Is this her husband or is this her pimp? Now, I know I'm probably jumping to a lot of conclusions, but he said a lot of we. And I know when you are, you know, together in holy matrimony, the finances are combined, but she's the one doing the dirty stuff. She's the one getting naked on camera. Nobody watches for you. And I know somebody might make the argument, oh, well, when it's the husband's money, it's our money. That's right. I don't know if it makes it 100% right. Like, he is literally the non-money maker in this conversation, talking about how much we make and she's doing all the work. I think in any other situation, we would say that that is wrong. Now, what even makes it stranger is that he's decided to take over her Kick stream in some instances in order to bury her in allegations. place where she can't even defend herself. She said she went to bed. She was going to bed. And he decided, hey, I'm going to stay on your kick stream, say a bunch of things about you where you won't be able to defend or give any sort of context, in which he put a bunch of heavy allegations on her that may or may not be true, but it doesn't even matter because she's not on the stream to defend herself.
Like, I didn't want that recorded because I know when you record it, it's gonna go off the rails. You have damned that to be the very last fight because it's all fucking unraveling at that point.
Mind you, you can run that back and see her chat is like, yo, who are you? Why are you here? We want to hear from her. We don't care about you. And with that comes the most damning piece of evidence in the conversation. Amouranth has been accused by her husband on camera, who also just had issue with everything being filmed, that she had cheated multiple times on him. Now, if she does OnlyFans with a partner, I don't understand how that can be cheating, but they set the boundaries in their relationship. So who am I to really even judge in this conversation? Seemingly exposing a cuckold type of relationship in order to get her audience on her bad side. God, this is a low for this man.
Can we talk about you kissing black men while we're married?
That is not even true.
Were
Oh my God.
Oh, we don't want to talk about that one.
We can talk about that, sure.
Okay, let's talk about it.
You had me go on Tinder dates that I didn't want to go on. And then you started calling me while we were at the karaoke bar a lot.
Me if you could have an open relationship.
That is no.
Oh, you didn't?
You were wanting an open relationship.
No, did you ask that, okay, maybe I will sleep with Aaron? Did we say that?
No, that is
Never?
not.
You
No.
never asked
Fresh and
that?
fit?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay, we're going to lie to your chat now. Okay.
We're
Sure,
literally
sure.
not lying.
And you didn't give him a hand job in the
I
parking
did
lot?
not.
Oh, okay.
Correct. I did not
didn't
do
drive
that.
up on you guys together, you giving him a hand job in the parking lot in Chinatown.
These men can't even find that would make us money of such sexual acts that you are claiming right now. Yet you're saying I would do it off stream for no money?
Yes.
You're
Yes.
retarded.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. Did y'all catch his Donald Sterling moment where he basically says, you're embarrassing me because you're associating with black people?
Yeah, it bothers me a lot that you want to broadcast that you're associating with black people. Well, then you could bring them in, you could do whatever you want. The little I ask you is not to promote it on that and not to bring them to my games.
Now, did I expect Amouranth's husband to be racist? Possibly. I don't know the guy. Did I expect him to be a cuck? Possibly. He's in control of the OnlyFans finances. But a racist cuck? A racist cuck? Who would have ever seen something like that coming? Like, I couldn't put two and two together like that. That's crazy. Now, what I'm about to show you next, we probably should have seen come up before, because back in 22, Amouranth was signaling that her husband was some sort of abusive person who was manipulative, who would say just the most outrageous things to her, and to the tune of like causing her or her loved ones, even her pets, physical harm.
Why did you say you were going to kill my dogs?
Leave the house.
Okay, I can leave the. You know what? Actually, I shouldn't leave the house because my dogs are here.
We'll take the dogs and leave. You're asking the question, I'm telling you, and you're interrupting my fucking, telling you, literally.
What are you saying? You just told me you were going to kill dogs if I didn't do a 24-hour stream.
Nope, did not say that. Now you're just fucking being a liar.
I'm not
I said I'm going to tell you what I said in terms of the earlier. Are you saying you did not say that?
I tried to tell you what I heard from you.
Now, I personally remember when that situation happened and everybody thought that she was playing it up for the cameras, that she was really just making up a bunch of stories and whatnot. But after I watched them have a 12+ hour argument, it seems that all those things in 2022 were true, that this guy was really crazy, he was really emotional, and he had no control. Like, I'm not saying that I just am siding with Amouranth because there's a lot of sides of the truth, but he's displayed some stuff on camera that, whew, it's disgusting.
When this fight started till now as today, you said you were unhappy long before I ever said, you know what, I could see it if you did want me. I could see that. You said you were unhappy before, so you're not trying to act
I
like
say I'm
me
unhappy,
assuming
and
that
that
is
means
a
I have you
reason.
plotted to kill.
No, it's me thinking about all the shitty things you say to me. Like the last time we argued, you said, I wish I hadn't saved
Look
you
no further
so you
than
wouldn't be
I actually
attached to
saved
me.
your life. But maybe I was actually plotting.
Yeah, so you're threatening to divorce the woman that you claimed to love so much that you
If
saved.
I was plotting, I wouldn't divorce you because then I wouldn't get anything. That's fine.
Regardless.
I'm not okay with. I'm not unokay with being observed.
Okay, great.
I'm unokay with you pointing the camera.
Well,
in my
then
face.
leave. I'm not going to follow you.
So you're literally just gonna be super defiant, is that right?
Good. Talk about problems. Hey, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Pointing
Leave.
my
You
face.
can move. You can
Dude,
go away.
I wasn't in camera view. You moved the camera
The
view
fuck,
to me.
bro? What is wrong with you? You got.
Yeah, that was the police in the background, which they should have been there so long ago. I don't even understand why this is something that is public on the internet. There's a lot of conversations about this being faked, which I think in the era of 2025, it is good to ask if things are fake. You know, one day we'll talk about if clip farming has gotten so out of control that people can't even take, you know, real situations like when Senna and them got accosted by the guy at the park. We can't even take those seriously as if they're serious matters.
Hey, excuse me? No! Security? Emily, no! Hey, stop! Whoa!
Let's fucking fight right now.
What? Get away from
Hey, what's going
security! He's harassing us.
What's going on? Right now. Right now. Fuck off.
Security, please! Security!
I think there's some validity to question, but also not space to invalidate in these conversations. I think that this is the reality, though, of content creation in the future, is that it's a money game. And people are going to be exploited left, right, and sideways going into the future. We've seen the claims and the allegations and, hell, even the reality of what's happening with some of the women attached to the Andrew Tate situation. Like, Jack Doherty's done some of the same things when it comes to women and OnlyFans and content creation. I don't want to say it, but I'm just gonna say it. These e-pimps are out of pocket. Now, as long as it's entertaining, the masses will not care. Like, okay, Amouranth is getting abused by her husband, but as long as that 20-hour stream is on, then it is what it is. In reality, though, these platforms should step in and cut this shit off. Viewers should tap out of the content. We should not be consuming their marital disputes online. It's not public consumption. And Amaranth's husband, you look terrible in the light, dog. I don't know if you thought coming public would make everything all hunky-dory, but you look like a jack-off. Stop the e-pimping, you know, start listening to some of these content creators, not in just these situations where there's physical harm, but even mental and emotional harm to these content creators. I know Max has talked about stressors recently when it comes to streaming. We just gotta start caring about these streamers for more than just the content that they can provide. And also stop putting your eyes on train wrecks, not the content creator train wreck, but literal train wrecks that happen on camera. It's not good for your psyche, their psyche, and everything, you know, in between.